And welcome back to the shit behind the show, everyone. Okay, we are on our last love language. I hope you all have enjoyed this week of going through all of the love languages and how we can show our partners that we love them. It's been super fun for me, and I love sharing my stories and the different experiences that I've had in dating and my relationships. Again, thank you for going along my journey so I can help you with yours. Real quick, again, want to throw out some gratitude. I appreciate you all so much following, subscribing. You can find me on YouTube, Tana Blonde. Please go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Once I get a certain amount of followers and subscribers, again, I will be giving out one of my favorite books. I will announce that again once I get to the certain point. So please share, like, subscribe, follow. I am on Instagram, The Shit Behind the Show. I'm on Facebook, The Shit Behind the Show, TikTok as Tana Blonde, and again, YouTube as Tana Blonde. So, number 5, the love language of acts of service. So, this is one that kind of can be tied in with gifts a little bit, but because acts of service, say you're going to plan a trip for your partner. And so the act of service is planning the trip, but yet paying for the trip may be a gift. So there you go. 2 in 1, I should say. So acts of service is by doing something for someone, filling up the car with gas. My guy, I remember a couple weekends ago, well, he does it all the time, but a couple weekends ago, we went to go get gas. We were in my car and he filled it up for me without telling me or, of course, asking. I don't ask him to take care of me in that way. And, he went out and washed it for me. I was like, maybe acts of service is one of my top, because that just made my heart so happy. He washed my car for me, and he's OCD, so it was, ladies, it looked amazing. Like the wheels were all shined and black, and when he washes a car, he does it right. And filled up the tank with gas, and he's like, well, we were taking it to a concert. And he's like, it's only right that I fill it up for you. And I'm like, well, it's not expected though. I can pay for my own. And he's like, I know you can, but let me do that for you. So it was a little hard at first letting him do these types of things for me. He now comes over, and I've discussed this in past episodes, how sexy it is for a man to physically take care of a woman. Like coming over, taking out the garbage. He does that for me. I discussed how I was having technical issues last week. I'm telling you, I felt so dumb. Like tech was kicking my ass. And I'm like, I know these things. Why am I struggling this week? Even to record my podcast. It was like everything just kept going wrong. Universe, I don't know what you were trying to tell me, but apparently I got the message. But yeah, so he came over the weekend. And he's like, honey, your chair in your office is falling apart. And I'm like, I know. He's like, go give me the tools. So he fixed it. My printer would not connect. And he works in IT. So he fixed that for me. He's like, okay, where's your list? He actually had me make a list. And I think I discussed that on a past episode. And I called it Babe, Please Help List. And even when he got here, it actually said that. Babe, please help. And I had all these things that I needed help with. But he made me do it. He was like, make a list of all the things you want me to take care of at your house. Don't touch anything. I will do it when I get there. I promise I'll be mad if you do it on your own. So I was like, fine. I'm not going to complain about a man being a man and coming over and fixing things for me. I got this. I love it. I appreciate it. So it was those little things that he did for me and does do for me that means so much. I absolutely love a guy who will come over and he sees that the garbage is full. Let me make her life easier. He'll even like clean up the mess after dinner, which I'm like, don't appreciate, or I mean, I appreciate it, but I don't expect. That's another thing. It's really hard with all of these love languages. If you just let go of expectation, you won't get upset by not receiving them. But you have to communicate. How would he know? Yes, it's a gentleman to come over and take out the garbage and put gas in your lady's car sometimes. And I will ask him to drive, even if we're in my car. I hate driving. I get so nervous when I've got a passenger, so I get super anxious. So I'm like, baby, will you drive? And just the fact that he'll do it, even if he doesn't feel like it, means a lot to me. And so those little gestures, acts of service, just let me do this for you, let me take care of you, it just means so much to me. And it can make your life so much easier also. So this is probably one of, close to one of my top ones as well, because in relationship, I've discussed it, you're two whole people, hopefully coming together to make each other's life happier, not happy, happier, more fulfilled, not fulfilled, and complementing one another, not completing each other. It's so important that you understand all of that, and just making life easier for each other and not making it harder. Create some peace and a safe space. I know there are going to be days that it's hard. We're all human. We have our shit days, but it's important that you still try to give those little things, and acts of service is a great way, even if you're not in close proximity and right there with your partner, you can still do these little things. I discussed on one of the past episodes how my daughter-in-law was super crazy busy at work, she had left and with the kids for a week, and my son was like, okay, I can tell you're stressed out. I booked a pedicure for you. I've got the kids tonight. You go have fun and enjoy yourself alone. And that act of service was just it meant so much to her. My other son has told me before that his wife, she is mostly stay-at-home mom. She works part-time. And I called one night and I'm like, where's your wife? And he's like, oh, I told her, go have a break. I've got the girls. You have fun. She needed a break. And I'm like, I don't know where you got this. Whether it was from their father, because he did those little things, or hopefully I've taught them something as well. But I really appreciate that my boys see that like mommies need breaks too from kids. And just like they need a break from their job, right? And they do provide that act of service for my daughter-in-laws and just say, look, I got you. I'm going to make your life easier. And you know what? Those girls come back and they're like, I love my man. Both of my daughter-in-laws are always telling me that I have great sons and they're great husbands. And I'm so grateful for that. And again, I don't know what I did right. I'm going to give their dad some credit as well. But I'm very grateful that they picked up on this in their life, because that means that they're going to have long-lasting relationships. They're young. They started really young and they're kicking ass. They're doing it well. So again, I'm just going to wrap up the love language week and just tell you, like, while love languages are very important, they're not everything. They're just a little piece of the puzzle of another way to be successful in relationship and make your partner feel special and cared for and loved. So just make sure that you have these conversations, you communicate this, sit down with your partner. Hey, I've got this list of love languages. Let's discuss, which area are you going to perceive love more, and here are the areas that I am. And, relationships are a dance, and that's what it is. And it's important to understand that as well. It's a give and take. It's a dance. Most of the time one leads and one follows. With us, we decided a while ago, discovered is more of the word. We discovered that if he leads a conversation that's hard with kindness and calmness, it stays there. But if he leads and he gets frustrated, then I get frustrated, then he gets more frustrated, then I get more frustrated, and I will follow his lead. And that's just the dance of man and woman, masculine and feminine. There are a lot of times that it can really just take off. But I have noticed that he understands, okay, I'm leading this conversation. And that's the same with the love languages. Men, I don't want to put it all on you, but if you lead, the woman will follow. If you're in your masculine, she's in her feminine, there's a natural dance that goes on. And I promise you they will follow. I promise you every time, whether it be hard conversations, whether it be the love languages, decisions in life, future decisions, future conversations, to me, my opinion should be the man. Defining the relationship. Where do we want to be? I like the idea of a love container, the relationship container, where you have a certain amount of time and you stick it out for that amount of time, regardless of what goes on. And then at the end, say it's 3 months, at the end of that 3 months, you evaluate where the relationship is going and how it's going with your partner, and if you're still happy. And then you set another time frame for relationship container. I brought that up with my guy, and he's like, I don't believe in that, honey, but you do you. If you feel better about doing that and that's something you need to do, go ahead. So in my mind, I have the amount of time, the relationship container, and I am sticking it out for that amount of time. And at this point right now, it's gone so well that I'm like, sweet, I will probably extend the container next time, and it'll just be longer and longer. But in my mind, I like that idea because it doesn't give me an excuse, right? And we're going to work through it. I will, and work through things and make sure we push through. But part of that, again, is understanding that the man leads and the woman follows, masculine, feminine, and that's our role. And that's the dance. So again, men, I'm going to encourage you to lead the ladies in this dance of relationship. And come back to me. Let me know how that works. Yeah. Come back. I want feedback on that. How does that work for you? Is it working? Am I wrong? I am fully okay with hearing I'm wrong, by the way. Fully okay with it. Thank you for listening to me this week talk about love languages. Again, please go find me on YouTube and subscribe. I add a lot more on there, and some of the episodes are a little bit longer. You'll see a lot of my bloopers because I cut a lot out of the podcasts. It can be a little boring to listen to all of my screw ups. So thank you again. Much love to you all. I hope you all have the most amazing week, and I will see you next time. Bye.